Welcome back to Gunpla Rush. Today we're reviewing some RG kit for you guys because these things are not actually the same as like your HG kits or anything. They are way more high quality as far as details go and stuff. So we're going to review this RG kit, the Wing Gundam Zero EW, which is actually a really cool looking kit. It's the Wing Gundam with the angel looking wings. So we're going to check this thing out and see if it's up to par as far as being an RG kit. And of course, I'm going to recommend whether you guys should buy this based off of its price, the quality, and how much time it takes to build. With all of that said, let's hop right into the video. The Wing Gundam Zero EW is honestly not too expensive for a Gundam kit. He's $31 at my local hobby store, so maybe you found him cheaper, maybe you found him more expensive, but honestly for a RG kit, most of them run about $30 in my area. So if we do a lot of these RG videos, you'll notice that price tag pop up a lot. As far as the quality goes on this particular Gundam, he has an excessive amount of moving parts. So basically all of the feathers on the wings move, everything shoulder wise moves, all of the gun parts move, and of course you're probably used to some flexibility with your Gunpla, but I mean this guy, the range of movement is ridiculous. How RGs are built and how HGs are built is extremely different because an RG practically has an entire skeletal structure inside of it that you build everything on top of, similar to a frame arms, but you actually build the skeletal structure, whereas in a frame arms you don't. And in an HG kit you basically you have to build each piece as you go. So for example, instead of it being like a casing that goes over the skeletal part of the arm, it's actually the arm itself instead of a casing. So in an RG kit you have a skeletal piece and then you put casings over that skeleton until it's full, and man, it just makes it so full of detail. These things barely look like model kits to me, as they look more like those really high quality action figures. Just the sheer fact that details on these are hyper definitive. All of the reflective parts are actually reflective, and that's really what this real grade thing is all about. Ironically, they are just a smidgen shorter than HGs, I've noticed. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Secondly, I've also got this MG version that I can show it off to you guys and show you a size comparison, so you can kind of see the difference at least between the MG and the RGs. So you know that it's basically the same size as a 144 HG, but a 144 RG, just to me, they seem slightly smaller. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. The time, how long did it take me to build this RG kit? So it took me about 2.5 hours to build this RG kit, which is absolutely nuts because I've built some MG kits in that amount of time. It's just this guy contains so much detail and there are so many small parts. Honestly, if you're a beginner, this is not the kit to start on. It's an amazing kit. There's some great details. I guess if you're wanting to challenge yourself, you go ahead, but for the most part, there are such small pieces that it requires some finesse and you need some kind of skill level to be able to assemble all these small pieces, because we know the moment you drop one, it's game over. So you definitely don't want to do that. You don't want to drop any of your small pieces. You do want some handling experience with Gunpla before you start this. However, that being said, it's something you definitely have to add to your collection. I've kind of gotten hooked on collecting RGs recently just because of how extra in the detail that they look. I mean, it's just something else when you pick up one of these kits and build it after you've built a bunch of HGs. So yeah, if you're a beginner, this might take you about a week, maybe a few days if you are still patient with it. If you don't care about the perfection and stuff, you don't care about doing the stickers. I'm not always a stickers guy, but for these kits, I decided I put the money into them. I'm going to put the stickers on them. So, and I also want them to have the RG quality look, so I put the stickers on them. For the most part, I don't think that an extremely brand new builder should get a hold of one of these, as there are cheaper options that will allow you a similar experience with a lot less mess ups, if you will. But if you are experienced, I would totally recommend this. I actually think it's the next level up. So if you're used to doing HGs, you should actually jump from HGs into RGs, and maybe from HGs into MGs or something like that. But for the most part, RGs are just a high amount of quality for a little bit more money. You could buy the same HG kit as this Wing Zero, and maybe it would cost $22 or something like that, or $20. But if you shelled out $10 more for the RG kit, you basically just get a higher quality kit with way more detail, way more posability. There are some frustrating things about this kit, like some parts that do fall off. His wings do make him heavy. I do suggest suggest having some kind of stand or just standing them up with the wings. But for the most part, I do think that anyone and everyone who has the ability to try to build this kit, or any other RG kits really, should give it a shot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please drop a like to help the channel. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you want more Gunpla videos. And there's another one right here.